Seraphim, and maybe he can just kill a random ACU with Thams again. Anything's
Maybe,
possible.
yeah.
Or Ulshis, as in the earlier game today.
Yeah, it's people like to present themselves.
I mean, everyone's watching. You got to show up. So off to the races.
I'm curious how strong a quick bomber would be here.
I mean, maybe a bit.
Yeah, but the thing is, I actually don't think it's going to be that strong because most of the early expansion and the reclaim is so close to your base that, you know, it's not like you're gonna kill any crucial expanding engineers, right?
Exactly. Like,
And
there
so
aren't crucial expanding engineers. They're just a lot of kind of chill engineers.
Yeah, and this is kind of a map where it should be pretty normal to just rush a quick second Lance Factory for lots of build power. So, which is kind of the counter to a first bomber.
Nah, you gotta transport rush and then drop your engines in the middle of the map.
Oh yeah, that was certainly something special.
Let's see if any of the players have learned from Turin's excellent strategic mind. Oh no, the pigeons.
Where's Turin now?
Where is Turin now? Oh, this is tilting. Gunflex accidentally goofed the pigeons up. And now he's like a pigeon behind.
At least you didn't accidentally start a pigeon while not having finished this hydro with ASU.
Oh, that's the worst.
Me. In half-man games.
It happens to the best of us. So, lots of power coming out from both these players. They're getting good old NG factories and built some raids. But, you know, there's not a lot of early damage to be done here, like you said.
Yeah, it's like the furthest engineers away from the base are the ones going south, which is a relatively safe expansion anyway, and the ones going east, from Yudi's perspective, sorry. But yeah, I can have a semi-quick bomber, I guess. Gunblack has an air factory done, I guess Yudi as well. They both go for scouts and treants, so they're both going to play it safe.
Nice.
Makes sense.
But
the area that's always the most awkward on this map is like the top left and the bottom right corners. It always feels like it's kinda like it's too far away to really get it, and it's like, but there's only 2 mexes and a hydro really. I like the reclaim clump is good, but it feels like it's very awkward to get it.
It really is. Grimbuck's gonna leave the base significantly faster, but he is down on the factory production a little bit. Down a bit on power. We'll see how that goes. But Celine is gonna make first contact with the enemy down south. But, you know, Mantis is here.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's right-clicked it.
But it's killed the scout, so it's
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
fine. It can loop around to the left side or go back to the SU.
yeah, what do you want from a porcelain? It's trying its best.
Yeah.
I mean, with perfect micro, it might be able to win.
Yeah, but that's way too much attention spent on trying to micro that, and it's way more. It's more efficient to just lose it for nothing and then just spend that micro time managing your base.
Yeah, but it's the principle of the thing. If a Celine kills your Mantis, that's so demoralizing. Like, you just should control K right there.
And it's not, because you know your opponent just wasted a lot of time.
Well, just don't know that. Problem solved.
Just use your big brain.
Yeah, but this Mantis here is just going to get picked up by the ACU. Bit unexpected for the ACU to be here so early, so it's gonna.
We don't expect it for him not to make that next before the factory day.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, an NG is coming to build it. Ah, I see. Masu is just gonna chill, hang out with his homie, the engineer.
Mean, on maps like this, where you have lots of build power scaling in your main base, I honestly think generally people stay in their base with their ACUs for way too long, because it's only worth 2 engineers. If you look at the amount of engineers that Grimplex has at the moment, it's 26. It's like having 2 engineers less of build power in your base, and not only that, but like your ACU moving like to one expansion route, it means that you don't have to move an engineer there, right? And that extra engineer can stay in base. So really, you're missing out on 1 engineer of build power. And you have 26 engineers. So that could have been like, so now it's 25, let's say, instead of 26. It's like, and now he already has 31 engineers. So it becomes very insignificant not having your SU in your base very quickly.
I mean, Yudi's gonna get a nice pick off of an engineer on the top, but Grimplex has a lot of units coming south here, and I think they might be able to get some work done. There's NGs here trying to build factories, some hydros and stuff. But Yudi showing good control of the corners.
He does have a factory on the right side, but he has no units and... Oh, wait, well, sorry, I'm watching Gameplex. I was like, what do you mean, control?
Yeah,
no, I'm just being an idiot, don't mind me.
We'll forgive you, Farms. But yeah, Yudi's gonna clean this up. Gonna get nice trades. Nice-ish trades.
Let's see if there's any factory upgrades planned, not that I see.
What, not T3 land already? Impossible.
Yeah, disappointing, right? There's Tech 2 queued up for Grimplex. He is a third of the way done. Quite a bit of assistance. Yudi doesn't really have anything planned at the moment. Oh, he just started it, as I said. Tech 2 HQ, followed by 2 Tech 2 engineers, then a Mantis. I think the Mantis will be replaced with a certain other upgrade. Who's making a transport now? I think it's fine. This map kinda requires a transport, if only just to drop the reclaim patches that are still left at some point.
ACUs are meeting each other in mid, and looks like Yudi will back up a little bit. As Grimplex secures bottom right.
Oh no, there's some units, that's why Yudi went back. It's, I kinda like it. It's like 2 ACUs meet each other in the middle. Neither of them have any reinforcements, but so often one of the ACUs will just back off and concede the mid to that other ACU, even though there's no reason to, right?
I mean, Yudi...
That, you can just stay there and shoot at each other until you're in draw range and die, or or something else, I don't know.
It's the move. Yeah, like, Yudi is afraid of draw because he feels he's better, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like people don't realize this often enough, but if you play versus someone and you expect that player to think he's better than you, then you can more easily pull off moves like this. Because now Gameplex just got these 2 maxes for free in mid. Right, and he's gonna be able to secure, like, if he's making a PD, if he holds that, he's gonna secure like the 2 side things as well, like with the 2 maxes and 2 hydros. And the hydro.
I mean, Grimplex is up 1k reclaim. He's got 20 to 15 more mass income. He's getting T3 land. Yudi is also getting T3 land, but slightly behind.
Yeah, it's important to note that Yudi has been stalling quite a bit of mass earlier. Or at least, like, he isn't now that he has a lot of reclaim going on, but like a minute or so ago he was stalling quite badly.
He's about to just completely vacuum up the entire top left. But Grimplex is going to get the bottom right, albeit a bit slower.
But here's also the thing, on a map like this, like, the reclaim is in quite dense areas. You have to be careful not to overbuild engineers to get the reclaim, because you kind of scoop it up pretty quickly. Right? Because it's in, like, Rex, or not Rex, of, like, crystals of 50 mass, lots of it. So if you have a single engineer on a big reclaim pile to attack move, like a minute and most of it is gone. So why do we need like 10 engineers in one area, right?
Exactly.
Move it all up.
It's a bit inefficient.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to take that in mind as well. And it's not a big deal, but it's like this tiny things. If you do it in too many areas, it can add up.
You don't want to end up with a ton of engineers that you actually have no use for.
It's like the same thing as the ditch, except there it's way worse. But there it's like, ooh, big reclaim field of 50k mass on the ditch of rocks. Normally you have like 10, 20 engineers, but on the ditch you have like 3. Because those 3 will scoop it all up in like a few minutes.
Alright, UD should not be allowed to have this plateau that's completely boxed in. This is a bit unfortunate, but it's the fact that Grimplex has no middle radar right now. That he just doesn't know this is here.
That middle location is perfect for a Tech 2 radar.
Looks like they're both going to start gun at almost exactly the same time. But Grimplex is stalling pretty bad.
Is he? He is not.
Oh, he wasn't?
Maybe he just fixed it.
Oh yeah, he's fixed it with Reclaim now.
Yeah, he concentrated some of his factories in main base. He rushed Tech 3 and he is making autumns. Important to note that a Serra Tech 3 rush is way weaker than a Simon Tech 3 rush. Because, you know, autumns compared to Loyas, they are so much slower, which is very important. Then again, if you like make some transports to drop the autumns, like on the Loyas or close to the Loyas, in a straight up fight, autumns will do great versus Loyas. So I'd say if he makes like a Tech 2 air HQ and makes some Tech 2 transports to drop around the autumns, I think that's would be pretty good.
I mean, he has Tech 2 air HQ and he's building Nothas.
Oh, he has it already. Okay,
yeah, he's got the T2. He's got multiple. He's got his 3rd T2 P-Gen done. Huge power lead for him.
I like the Notas. He needs a little bit better scouting. Like most of UD's base isn't scouted, and he needs to use the Notas. I mean, he can either snipe the Tech 2 power or the Tech 2 Nexus. The thing is, going for the power is a lot more risky because it's kind of a like if you don't make your opponent stall power enough, then it's kind of not worth it at all.
But overall, very even economy. I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's a very even game. So now they both rush, do the same thing, Tech 1 spam into Tech 3 rush. I was saying earlier it was a Tech 2 land spam map, but we haven't seen any of those games yet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe one day.
I guess it's like, I guess both Tech 3 rush and Tech 2 stuff is kind of fine though. It's kind of depends, I guess. So yeah, Grimplex is going forward. I'm again surprised that he is just making gun and nothing else.
He's
like
great.
if it's minute 12, you have Tech 3 lands, you have 3 Tech 2 pigeons. As Serra, why not make Tech 2 for guns? So then you can also rush Nano or TML quickly if necessary. Like there's no reason to not have Tech 2 on your SU at this point.
I mean, it slows you down. That's the only problem, and I don't know if he really felt like he needed that.
It's not, well, he wasn't really planning to do any big push with his SU. Like right now, it's like he has 1 autumn and some Tech 1 tanks around his SU. He's not planning to have a massive breakthrough. He just wants to have a gun because having a gun is good. But you know, I'd say you can believe me as a Serra player. You need Tech 2 for this.
I will take your word.
If you want to do regen fields, then there's a reason not to. But you know, it doesn't have to be there.
Yeah, and regen field isn't the best if you're just rushing T3. Like, just get T2. Oh, yeah. Nafa's coming in on the ACU here. ACU's coming in with the Otham in support, and he's just running him. OC's on the ACU.
Yeah, Yuri needs to be careful here.
He's down to half.
Those boats hit, boat is not as hit. He's actually only at 4k HP. And he's actually standing in his lawyers, but Grimplex needs to watch out if Yuri just focus. Oh, he didn't touch those Notas. It's gonna be a draw!
It's a draw!
It's a draw!
Oh my god. Alright, that shouldn't have been a draw. Right? That is, oh my god. The Notha dodge was clutch. saving his life, forcing the draw.
Yes, but you have to keep in mind that that was after 5 field touches. The only reason why he was this close to dying was because he misdodged like 5 not that
All right,
close.
well, it's hard to dodge the initial ones because you don't have intel and you don't know you're being
yeah,
Napa
that's
sniped.
true. Also, it's kind.
Shout out to the one guy who won 27k points on a 10 bet. What a legend. All right, here we go. Game 4.
But this one is going to be totally different. You know why?
Why?
They reversed in which slot they spawned in.
They did. They did do that.
Completely different.
So now they have the advantageous spawn. Both of them.
Yeah. Yes.
Just do the exact same clicks you did last time. I agree with the sentiment. All right, Grimmy doesn't have to mess up his build now in the opening. It'll be great.
You see the big difference here as well, the tiny details you have to pay attention to. Gameplex just typed normal sentence, but Judy capitalized his first words and like he has proper punctuation. This means Judy is very serious about this.
He's a very serious man.
He's kind of just joking about this, and you know, it's a bit of mind games going on over here, so I would be a bit afraid if I were Gameplex.
Well, Yudi has learned from his previous experiences of being impolite in chat during Invitationals.
I have no idea what you might even be talking about.
Yeah, let's keep it at that, then. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna get third air from both of them. Which I think is the same as last time.
Seems to be the case, yeah.
It's a solid build.
Oh yeah, especially considering how close last game was. I honestly, if I was either Judy or Gameplex, I wouldn't be too unhappy with the state of the game like the last game was in. Like it was just completely even, and it was like after a tech 3 rush, it could have gone any way. It was. I would gladly like get into that position.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. I mean, like, if you're Yudi, you really don't want Grimplex running around with a mass advantage for a good bit of the game, and you only really got back into it because you stole all the mass that, like, in the middle that Grimplex definitely should have had, and you managed to secure, like, top left last minute. Grimplex was a bit slower to the mirrored mass.
Yeah, but it's, yeah, I'd say Gameplex played a bit more efficient that game. Like, he got the mid, I mean, it was just a tiny bit though. It was basically completely even, right? I'd say that I don't know where I was going. I lost my train of thought.
But Grimplex is gonna stay in base for a bit of a while here. He's a bit idle. Yudi leaving the base much earlier than he did last game, and he's going to go to the same place that Grimplex did. He's going to build the mechs first, because he's a gentleman.
It is the top right advantage where you just walk out with your issue fast. You just have to do it if you spawn at the top right.
It's all about being top right. It psychologically compels you to expand faster.
Yes.
There's no choice in the matter. There's no free will when it comes to ACU expansion timing. This is just facts. But it is going to allow Grimplex almost a full land factory advantage. Although he doesn't quite have the power. Yudi going for a lot of P-gens again. I don't really like this. Like, Grimplex got away with his low power, focusing on the Hydros. I think that was just more efficient.
I mean, if I remember what Judy did as well.
He's kind of stalling right now. Only a little bit, though. Only a little bit.
Oh, don't stall. Like, he made, like, not only in this game, but also the game versus Silence Noob. he made a lot of power, but he also grabbed the hydros, also the ones that are far away, because you have to keep in mind, it's not only the base hydros you also have like a few hydros like spread around on the map. There's like, I think 12 hydros on the map, or 14. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4,
All right.
5, 6.
Wow. NG survives
There's
with 9
14,
HP.
yeah.
Brutal.
Wait,
WTF
which one?
wall. That was
I
crazy.
missed that.
You're out there counting hydros, man. You gotta.
Yeah, it's important to know the proper hydro counts.
There's this intense Selene fight. And Yudi manages to keep his NG alive, which will let him get the hydro a bit faster. Although.
Oh, I see the engineer, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, asking Selene to kill an NG when there are like 2 NGs and a tank nearby, it's a bit much to ask. But we can't ask it of it.
Yeah.
Poor Tham gonna get itself stuck on a cliff. Not even gonna be able to shoot things. But not be shot either. Oh wait, no! From down below! Wait, that's also hitting the cliff.
Serra units be doing what Serra units do best. Getting stuck on terrain.
It's fortified.
They're real arch nemesis. I guess the only thing that comes close to it is Monkey Lords.
Yeah. But Grimlock's gonna get one nice kill on Expanding Engineer headed to mid, and then immediately get overrun by Mantis. And again, oh, this factory on the left, it just might finish, but there's a Mantis nearby.
That will finish, yeah.
This will finish,
Sure.
which is huge. It's now
Just on
use this to reclaim.
I see both of them doing this almost like every game, like making the factory there. I guess it's pretty common to do. But that makes me think that it's kind of surprising that none of them sent an earlier raid or bomber to try and snipe the engineer building this factory. Because it's
it
a
would be
very
nice.
vulnerable engineer.
Pretty vulnerable. Now, Grimlock has some nice raiding tanks that are really going to slow down his expansion. Unfortunately, these 2 tanks don't notice the Hydro NGs just chilling down south. They have no scout to support them. But both ACUs going to meet in mid again. If I can find
Let's
it.
see if the same thing happens. This time Judy has already built the 2 maxes. Like Grimplex goes there, Judy instantly retreats away, and Grimplex just stays there.
Capture the mexes.
Well, now he's gonna retreat. No, he should stay there.
Well, there's actually a lot of units from UD sort of posturing top. And Grimplex...
I guess there are, but there's a lot of units from Grimplex coming from the bottom. It's like... It's very even. There's no reason for Grimplex to... Like, UD abandoned that mid position. I guess it's gonna be even. None of them are gonna have mid this time.
Perfectly balanced. Although, it looks like Grimplex will be able to secure it a bit. He can plop down a PD and then get the great position. He's also got the PD.
Went tech to land and is making his first tech to PGen. Judy is a bit later, but he's making his first engineer now. Curiously enough, Judy already queued up tech 3 factory, so he's going for the same plan. Grimplex, however, queued up 15 Ilshis. So... Oh no, he cancelled them all, as I said that.
He's doing it to bait you.
He's going T2 land now.
The man's just like, oh, Farm said you should go T2 land on this map? Haha, no.
Oh, what a fool. Who would do that?
Who would do that? I'm gonna pretend to do it, and then not. Just for
I also,
need value.
you know, keep noticing that these middle of the map at north and south, those expansions, they always die, basically. Like they're like the one at the bottom for Gameplex. I guess he only has 1 engineer. Like there's 2 maxes and all that reclaim is still untouched there.
Fox is gonna let the engine sneak by again, despite the fact that he controls middle a second time. Oh no, not like this. Learn from your mistakes, please.
I guess his mid control is a bit delayed.
This is like 3k mass. Oh, and he's gonna drop it too. Look at this. Transport's loaded up. It's very interesting.
Curious. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird... The thing is, sneaking an engineer past there to get the reclaim makes sense. Or like make the 2 maxes very quick, but like it's not worth it to actually build like a big base there at this point. It's like there's no reason, like there's no benefit to it, because it's just provides a risk of losing it, and there's no real gain because you can make it like somewhere not there as well. Especially considering he's rushing tech 3 lands. It's like he just wants to secure it in the PD, but if Grimplex just stays in mid, makes a factory in the PD, and attack moves some arties, he could be fine. Although he's not exactly doing that. He's kinda not committed to handling mid this time. I guess he is kinda surrounded from all sides by units, so he's in a bit of a precarious position.
Yeah, Yudi has about a 20 tank advantage right now. I mean, he's gonna throw some of them into a PD, but we'll see.
Yeah, what is important though is that Gameplex did make 7 Ilshis, and he is rushing T3 lands. On top of this, it's a little bit later than Yudi's, I feel like, or it's
first trouble.
But the thing is, Ilshis in low Loya numbers, Ilshis are fine versus Loyas. They are like they lose 1-1, but it's not like a hard loss or anything. It's not like it's a harp versus a pillar, where it's just an adult hitting a child, basically. It's
oh no.
But like Ilshis, they are still relevant. Like 5 minutes from now on, they can still be good. So it's not that bad to build them.
The Bantus, they overrun the T1 PD, and there's just 5 Ilshis here. You've sacrificed yourself for nothing.
Those issues. I mean, the cliff is gonna provide quite some cover, but yeah.
This raid at the bottom is actually kind of a big deal. There's still a lot of reclaim here, and there's no real way to clean this up.
Like that area is like the most rated area in every single game on.
Where's a PD?
Canyon.
Where's a wall?
Yeah, at this point you would like not even there, but like where the one next is to the bottom right of what it's rated. There's a beautiful choke there, and a single PD can easily cover everything there. I don't understand. Like, it's such a vulnerable area, and we've seen it time and time again. Maybe like focus more. Like Yudi as well at top. Like he isn't being rated at the moment, but he didn't build a PD in the choke points, and it's like such a crucial and kind of obvious choke point because it's like it's literally the only choke point where you really need a PD. Maybe you make it one at the south as well, but you tend to have better cover for that position.
But a key difference this time around is Yudi is pulling ahead in the eco game.
He's
up
actually
10 T2 mexes to 5 T2 mexes. The Ilshis are out in the field, and they might be able to make something happen, but what's really happening is Grimplex is getting raided on the bottom, and there's no sort of corresponding damage yet. Like, the Ilshis are just chilling in mid.
The reason why Yudi is so ahead on eco is because Grimplex has 2 times the mass in units at the moment. He has 10k mass in units, and Yudi has 5k.
Alright, Grimplex needs to make something happen.
Different. And Yudi is gonna catch up because he's about to have 3 Tech 3 support factories. And they're all gonna be making Loya, no doubt. So, like, Grimplex has a timing, and the timing basically is now. And the longer he waits, like the worse it becomes for him. And like once again, he's making Notas, which can be fine. I mean, it worked well last time, and even if you don't use them for an ACU snipe, you can use them for like, honestly, like you can even use them for sniping like Tech 2 or Tech 3 units.
Yudi is learning from his mistakes, and he's just hanging out in base with ACU.
Yeah, but I still think he should make more transports just to drop his units around, especially if you're Seraphim, because Ilshis and Autumns are both very slow. And the main advantage Cybern has is that lawyers are a lot faster. If you have transports to drop them around, you don't necessarily need air control for that. It's just gonna be so much better. Also, Yudi still has tanks at the bottom.
He just wasn't able to clean it up. Like, Grimplex has no good radar down here. He could just build like a radar pack on this back plateau, but no.
Yeah, but not only that, why is there no transport from Grimplex where he just instantly redrops the rated maxes? Like,
good question.
I'd say Grimplex is playing these games pretty well. Like you have to keep in mind, like, of course right now we're looking at global rating, but like ladder wise, Yudi is quite a bit better than Grimplex is. That's why Grimplex is the clear underdog in the game. But the Grimplex improved quite a bit over the last months or half a year, I'd say.
He really has.
But there's still some like flaws that are that you can see. Like for example, the lack of transport usage. I think is.
Yudi's gonna just drop a brick onto this giant army. It might win, but alright, now Yudi's microing it. Wait, he's going like way into the base. He just flew over everything. But I don't think. Yeah, Grimplex hasn't. Oh, yeah, now he's locked on. This is ambitious.
That's so risky, and it's not gonna pay off because that's. I wouldn't dare to do this. Not on this map. Like if you have a water, like if you have like an empty area around the edge, where your opponent doesn't have vision share, but this is.
It's a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, it is disrespectful. Like, and it's gonna be a 1K Master Nation.
Yeah, and oh, look at that. Immediate NG sent to reclaim it. Very efficient.
I like that. That's important.
And the Nothos are on Loyalist cleanup duty. Like it.
Actually, there's now transports from Grimplex with some items in it. And he's on standby, which I like. It's a big way to deal with like these TT rushes. Honestly, having transports is a big deal to counter them. You can be aggressive with them as well, like he's gonna do right now. He's gonna drop you this north expansion with 2 items. It's gonna get through as well. Yeah, and Yuri has like the counter drops with bricks.
2 bricks just next to the 2 items. Oh, and these items.
And that's the way, like the items are gonna end up being Mass Nation, and that's why transports are so important. You have so much flexibility. It's an air fight, but I think Yudi's gonna win it. He seems to have way more inties. And like this flexibility, it lets you have such more efficient fights, and that is so important.
Yeah, Grimplex wins air, and Yudi wins air, and he wins the Otham versus 2 brick fight. That was only gonna go one way.
Yeah, the Otham push in the middle though from Grimplex finds quite some damage because there's 6 Othams there and just a few Loyas, and Loyas kinda suck versus Othams.
Yeah, he's losing T2 max.
But like that's not the important part. He just killed 3 Loyas and he didn't lose anything. Although he needs to be like he's also in the middle of the 2 production centers of Yudi. He needs to like properly pay attention there. Issue is he has no intel.
He's got no intel. And his attention is really spread thin. Like his middle army is now just idle with bricks shooting it, as he's focusing on microing a million other things.
Though. This awesome army next to Yudi's base, it's the most important army he has. He should pay the most attention to it, and he paid the least attention to it.
Oh, he's being a bit indecisive. He's going to try to walk it into all these bricks, but this could be a huge mass donation.
The thing is, he already wasted like 20 seconds of time, and I think he already missed the window of opportunity. And it's gonna be a big mass donation now. And like, those moments matter.
They really do.
That's a shame, because he could have done so much more damage with it. If he just continued to walk south, like southeast, run away from those bricks, and then meet up with his mid army that would have pushed right, he could have. There was potential to clear off the bottom right corner completely.
I mean, he still kind of traded okay. He killed a lot of Loyas in that fight, but the problem is bricks are out on the field, and man's just gonna need snipers.
The thing is, the trade is irrelevant because Yudi gets the reclaim.
Yeah, that's also true. Like, and is Yudi okay? Oh, he's a 1K E-stall, getting this Peach up, and T3 air on the way.
I see.
No T3 Peach on?
But like, that's 10K reclaim in front of Yudi's base.
It's a bit.
That's like 2 minutes of income at this point. Oh, a little bit less, like 1.5 minutes. But that's a lot.
I mean, if someone shows up with that much reclaim on my doorstep, I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah. And that's why, if you are aggressive with Tech 3 units, you have to be very careful, because mass donations are a big thing. Like, with Tech 1 units, you have a relatively speaking big mass donation, but like, because of scaling in the game, it's like, it helps your opponent maybe gets 2 extra Tech 2 maxes, but that's about it. But there were just 63 units, and they have the 10K reclaim field all of a sudden. it's just such a big deal, and that's why you have to pay so much more attention to it, because it's so much more important to not lose that army. And I really think he was in a great position.
Loya's looking to punch through here, and they will encounter some resistance from the offense, but they can just sort of go around if they're careful. Though there's not much to kill in the northern half of the map, I'm going to be honest. The new air fight just dropped.
Some Notas and gunships are going for the bricks of Yuri at top, but I'd say there's a bit of a lack of flag. There's not a single flag that Grimplex has. There's only 2 flags that Yuri has.
Look at the turn! Grimplex actually winning this air fight despite lack of numbers.
Well, he's winning it.
No, alright. He looked good for a second, but then there was no follow-up. And now ASF is out.
Yeah. The Notas though and the gunships, they kill 2 bricks, which is kind of funny.
I mean, that's efficient. Now big fight in mid.
It is. And this is why Notas killing T3 units, they're pretty good at it actually. Like they can be dodged easily, but you know, lack of attention, and you know, attention is a resource. So mid attack from Yuri, actually the lawyer's gonna die.
Yeah, Brick's getting running on the south front.
I want to pay attention again that the army of Grimplex is 30k mass. The army of Yuri is 17k mass. So Grimplex has way more mass in units.
But no T3 air, and the mass is in bricks.
Grimplex is ACU, it's right in the middle.
It's fighting. It's a fighting ACU.
It just has a gun.
There's no flak.
That's not good. Even I wouldn't be so risky. At least have attack 2 upgrade to rush some radar with it.
Alright, he's getting T3 air now. He's getting some mobile AA out of the T3 land factory. But
he doesn't have the power, he doesn't have a Tech 3 Pigeon. He can't afford the T3 air factory. And Yuri should be built, he built a spread, and he should be building Tech 3 gunship soon.
Strat could just go for the ACU. But there's all this unshielded power. I think you might be able to hit all of it on one bomb.
He's gonna go for the T3 army.
That works too.
And it's a Siren strat. It will do amazing work.
Just one bomb. Might go around, come back for more. And the ACU just walking forward. No fear.
No fear indeed.
A single whaler could kill this man.
I think a big issue of Grimplex's game is a lack of intel as well. There have been multiple opportunities. Right now, he can be the army at the north, by the way, is idle. He can easily overwhelm that entire northern base. Yuri doesn't even have intel on it. He doesn't know it's there. Somehow.
He's just not afraid of things he doesn't know about.
He was stalling a bit. That's fine. But Yuri has so much less units. He only has 18 lawyers and 6 bricks, 18k worth of units. Grimplex has 35k now. He's probably not pushing because he's afraid of T3 air, but it's gonna take some time to build up a critical amount of T3 air. Also, Yuri is making quite some ASF. Oh, that's threat at the top now.
Yeah, now the army is idle. Maybe he'll notice he has an army here now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's gonna retreat it though by the time he realizes.
Oh, I mean he has to. There's a T3 factory here pumping out bricks, and this army is getting wasted by the strat.
Yeah. He can have a great fight in mid. He can trap that entire army. That's a massive blunder from Yuri.
Yeah, and they can't run away. They're stuck.
Yeah.
Right, the ACU is gonna head home though. It's got.
Is it a misclick? No, it's not. I think maybe it was, but they're gonna be all trapped there. Yeah,
I think he wanted to join up his armies, but got pincered a little bit. And now, this is still gonna die. He's gonna lose his radar.
There's also Tech 3 MAA with that army now, although it's not shielded, of course. But so there's some counter to the air at the moment.
The strat's pretty low. If it flies over this T3 MAA, it might die. Yep, there it goes.
Yep.
It dies for.
The T3 MAA dies, but it killed the strat.
But look at this, it's gonna try to evac the bricks!
He's evacuating out the bricks! No! Why did you just turn around, Grimplex? He could have focused down the transports.
He could have. But the bricks escaped. Wow. Heroic rescue operation.
Funnily enough, they only picked up the lawyers and the one brick had to fend off himself.
It's okay, it lived. Grimplex doesn't even have radar over here. And
what's important though is Yuri is stealing a lot of this mid reclaim, which he should not be allowed to get.
It's gonna get the strat
Grimplex is being a bit slow in getting all this mess. He's also still massively stalling. He's rushing his first T3 Pigeon now, but it's way too late.
Yeah, just getting it now at minute 21. And Yudi is just happy to just sit back. I mean, if Grimplex secures all of the reclaim from this fight, even though Yudi is currently the one stealing most of it, I think Grimplex could be in an alright position.
I still want to point out how vulnerable Grimplex's bottom side is. There's absolutely nothing there. Like, he doesn't even have radar coverage, and if Yudi just decides to put like a few lawyers and bricks in transport and drops them at the back of Grimplex's base, it will have a fucking field day killing all those maxes. There's even T3 maxes there that can be killed too. Also, look at Grimplex's intel on Yudi's base.
No clue. He hasn't even scouted part of it this entire game.
Yes,
What's
exactly.
our boy doing?
And he doesn't have a Tech 2 radar either. He's just on Tech 1 radar. Like, I feel like it's become a bit repetitive saying this, but I noticed this a lot, where a lot of people they don't scout enough, and like you can have it like the wrong way, where you have a few people on FAF that would like at minute 6 invest like thousands of mass into intel and scouting,
Yeah.
which is overkill. But I honestly think it's still better than not doing any scouting at all like this, because that is so damaging him so much. Like this push on the right side, he's going in blind. He's no idea what he's facing. That might be a Monkey Lord for all he knows.
Could be. And he's actually just being scared away because he has no intel. There's only 6 bricks here, and he's got like 20 offs. And they're just... They're shift G together for epic Pepsi moves. Oh, and look, there's gunships.
And he's also no AA in this army. He has no flak, no T3 MAA.
Yeah, so despite the fact that Yudi's army is vastly smaller, he just has no idea that that's the case, and he's just running away, taking terrible trades on the way out because his composition is just entirely off him. There's no support.
Yeah, and have to keep in mind that on the back of this Yudi is having quite better eco as well.
Yeah, Yudi's just happy to eco, further his advantage, get these nice trades, despite having a smaller army.
I'm honestly surprised Yudi didn't actually kind of caught back up, I think. Yeah, like previously, Grimplex had 35k to 80k, so he had double the army, double the mass in army. But now it's 30k for Yudi and 33k for Grimplex, so it's almost equal.
Yeah, he's evened it up, and he's just trading so vastly better. Like, Grimplex is just allergic to snipers?
I mean, I don't think that's the issue. I don't think this was a moment where snipers would have made any deciding play, especially not with the air, because, like, again, there's this 30k army from Grimplex in mid, but there's not a single AA in there, and it's all gonna die. It's all gonna die. And I honestly think this fight might be the deciding factor. This is like the last big army that Grimplex had, and he just lost most of it.
There's a few flak nearby, but it's not coming in to help. The army is just retreating.
Oh, that's those strats, man, as well.
Strats, the arty.
Cybern strats are so good versus armies.
It's devastating, and honest, like 2 MAAs and a shield would have saved this entire force, and he could have won the fight. And now there's like bricks thinking they can push into the main base. They've cleaned up the entire top left.
Yeah, although the sides are kind of irrelevant.
They're kind of irrelevant.
The only relevance they have is like intel-wise. Like if you have like some Tech 1 radar there and some other stuff, like you can see enemy things coming first. Like the enemy needs to kill that before going to the main base just to deny vision. But that's the only, like, it's to buy time. That's the reason for the existence at this point.
Gonna have an air fight, but Grimplex had like 3 ASF.
Yeah, I think we're about to reach the ends.
I mean, there's probably still a chance for desperation snipe attempts. UD's ACU is kind of chilling out in the open.
Unsafe.
But gunships are in the back now. And
for the first time, Yudi has a bigger army than Grimplex in like 10 minutes. And he's also gonna get the 30k mass reclaim pal that's in mid.
Grimplex gonna lose T3 maxes. Well, probably. There's flak here. And that's
Okay,
it.
there we
GG.
go.
He knows
Yeah,
the
it
writing's on
was,
the wall.
honestly, I think this was a very nice game. There were some mistakes made, of course, but I think it was overall a very solid game. I kind of liked it.
It was a pretty solid showing from Grimplex.
It's just a big macro game. Yeah, like there were some crucial mistakes that he made,